That's some good coffee. With so many games being released, not just games but gacha games, I think it's time to talk about some of the stuff that we've noticed and a specific type of game that we haven't seen ever be done, which is a very social and casual game. You see it if you look at all the games that have been released or have been announced, they're all games that are casual games. They're getting more casual, more easy, and more generous, more free to play friendly. In terms of, like, when I say generous, I mean free to play friendly. Like Wuthering Waves is going to be completely free to play if you're good enough at the game. um, you have Azure Familia is going to be very hyper casual as well. I don't think it's going to be pay to win, because you're just gonna go and get the. I only know that I don't even know anything about it. We don't know anything about Azure Familia, so I'll just hold my thoughts on it for now. In terms of what we can see from the future, there's a lot of gacha games, and all of them are, like I said, free to play friendly and casual with a little bit of difficulty sprinkled on top of it. And some of them are even really difficult. But like, no, there's no gacha game out there that has been like super difficult, like Elden Ring or like Dark Souls or. And although there are gacha games that are going to be released that look like the Elden Ring, the Souls-like games, I don't think it's going to be as difficult as those games. Now, in terms of what type of game that we haven't seen yet, is a social game. And if you don't know what a social game is, it's not an MMO, because like, we all know, like, MMO gacha games are the worst, and the biggest proof of it is Tower of Fantasy. Now, it's not because of the game itself; it's because of the technology behind it. We haven't developed far enough. I think now they could do it, but like they're gonna need to put a lot more money, a lot more effort, a lot more development to make it better. But for now, MMOs aren't what I'm talking about. I'm talking about something else, which is more of a social game where you have like a hub area. You have domains that you can enter with friends. It focuses on the friend side, and the community side. It focuses more on, like, if you say like, let's say Genshin. Let's take Genshin. Genshin's co-op is basically you can either go into your friend's world and help them, just kill bosses and explore the. You can't even explore. You can just help them kill bosses, defeat enemies, just walk around, maybe collect the stuff that they have and steal it. So that's the co-op that they have, and like help them through weekly bosses and domains. So that's the co-op that they have, and you can you have the Serenity pot, or like the housing system, and that is the co-op side. Now, if you look at something like AFK Journey, where they have guilds and they have PvP and they have stuff like that, that's more competitive, more. But I'm talking about social, like an event where it's a party. You either host, if you're like the guild leader, you can host a party at your house, and now people can join in, and you can set up like mini games in your house, and if they finish the challenge, they get like a reward, like a general reward, and every day you can collect like a certain amount from a specific. So that makes it so that you want to go to other. Like, there's so many things you can do with a social game that it's actually crazy. Like, and I can't believe no one has ever thought of it, because, first of all, in a casual game, there's no competition. There's no real competition. There's no difficulty. There's no artificial difficulty. So all that stuff that comes from like the frustration of gameplay frustration of, okay, you don't have enough damage to fight a boss. You don't have enough damage to kill the boss or defeat the enemy of floor before the time runs out, or you die fast enough. You die before you can do anything. Like, all those go out of the, like, you can put PvP, you can put like combat into a social MMO, but a social MMO is all about interaction between player and player, community and community. You can have guilds that compete, you can have house parties, you can have friends competing with each other. Like, you can go wild with a social gacha game, or like, and the social gacha game that is in my head that I think would go crazy is like something like Animal Crossing. where you can customize your character, and you can customize your like house, and then you can like further customize your village, or like your city or your village, and you can summon for instead of weapons and like stuff like that, you can summon for villagers. And yeah, and each villager has like different stats, different abilities. And like, let's say there's a villager that can give you like faster upgrading or better upgrading, or they have some specific abilities that they can have. Like, I still don't know. Maybe in terms of like in terms of like a villager that can do fishing, and when you summon like a 5-star villager that can fish, you're gonna want to use him and have him like fish like really rare fish, because he has like a higher percentage, or like a mechanic that lets him obtain like fish in a much easier way. Like, there's so many things you can do with like a casual MMO that doesn't have to do anything with combat, and that's one thing that we haven't seen, and it's going to be even better, like, because you don't have to put in the effort of making combat, of making like the animations, of the numbers, of the values, of the and the synergies, and like instead you can focus on more casual and easy side. Now obviously it's gonna be hard for you to like create actual endgame content. Maybe you can like do like a team where you go, or they can do like a labyrinth where you can go and explore, and there are like other people that can explore as well. So yeah, a lot of casual, like a casual gacha game would go absolutely nuts. Like, and one of the coolest things about it is that since we haven't seen anything like this, and people are already getting tired of the whole open world gacha game, over fighting gacha game, and there's so many of them, that I think that the addition of casual and or social gacha game, I think that would go and be like really, really cool. Because let's be honest, like one of the main features that everyone been asking for in a lot of these games and gacha games is co-op, is online multiplayer, is guilds, factions, league, friend groups. It's like those social aspect that comes from a gacha game is what makes a gacha game, or like at least what makes people want to. It's, I don't know why they don't do it, because having like a guild and seeing all your friends in the guild have like a specific character and you don't have that, and then you go, okay, I want to get that, like that further incentivizes like that in terms of like a development standpoint, not a user-friendly standpoint. Either way, you know, that's what I wanted to talk about. That's what I wanted to say. I think a social MMO or a social gacha game would go really, really cool, really, really hard. I think this might be like leaks, but I've heard a rumor that Hoyoverse is making one, like a game, like a casual social game. I don't know if it's a social game, but if they do that, that would be cool. But I would give it to someone else, honestly. Like, because I am afraid, like, obviously, if I had the chance, like, in terms of Hoyoverse, you know they're gonna have, like, the highest quality possible. But in terms of, like, what they do, the things that they do, like, the specific stuff, like, I'll talk about it, don't worry. I'll make another video about talking about the sus and suspicious stuff that Hoyoverse does. And yeah, but for now, I only wanted to talk about it, talk about like the gacha games. But for the future, after talking about the social gacha game, which I still have a lot of opinions and a lot of hopes for, and I do know that in the next 3 years we will have a social gacha game either released or announced. I'm probably gonna make another video about Hoyoverse, and just talking about Hoyoverse and how they develop games and stuff like that. Probably don't get your just, it's a possibility. So yeah, if you like the video, like, subscribe, do all that stuff, and we'll see you in the next video.